Good morning and welcome. There's no place like your home. Welcome to my home, and thanks for stopping by. Well, it's a beautiful Saturday, and I've had quite a busy week, but I did want to get a little something out on my channel here before yet another day gets away from me. So I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you're having a good Saturday, yay, wherever you may be. Few things I want to share with you today. The first is an update on my toilet. It turned out that the fill valve was not the problem. The actual gasket between the tank and the toilet is worn out. It was leaking and the bolts are very badly rusted. So I'm waiting for those parts to come from Amazon today. And I've got two hacksaws, so they should be able, one of them should be able to do the job for getting the bolts removed. And it's really an easy fix. I looked it up on YouTube, so I can do that myself. One of my sons is here, so either he can hold the camera, I'll hold the camera, but I'll show you, that this actually got done and repaired, and really, I really didn't need the fill valve. That was about $15, and this new part is going to be about $11. So for a little over $25, I've been able to, I'm trusting, be able to repair my toilet and be back in business. So, and the second thing, well, among a few things, I want to say that if you follow me on my channel, I really appreciate that. I'm up to 114 subscribers, and that's just pretty cool. I didn't start this channel with anything other than wanting to share my journey in putting a home back together on a dime, and just all of the thrifting finds that I get, and through various means, and how I've been able to incorporate them into my home to give me a very warm, relaxing, and just kind of a fun home. So when people come over, there are conversation pieces. I have a pair of the ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz, not the real ones, but things like that that I have just found to be so fun and enjoyable. And again, always looking to save some money and have more of an artistic expression for myself in my home. And one thing I do want to say that the last video that I had up, I did end up taking down because that's really not what my channel is about. But if you did watch it, then you know my backstory, and I'm grateful to have really just stepped up and over a lot of things that could have kept me down, but they didn't. And it was really a rebuttal to some very hateful and scathing remarks that I received privately. And I just have to say that, I like my channel. I don't think my channel is bad. I was put down for this channel. I was put down saying that I'm embarrassing myself, and why don't I finish well? And I'm going to finish well. I am finishing well. I'm close to 70 years old, and by God, with that strength, I want to finish well, and I want to say that I did some good things, personally, and just being out there. So, with all that being said, I want to show you these mirror frames, and I took them apart, and it's real heavy plastic, or it might be, I don't know, plastic coated wood, I'm not sure, but I just took them apart and then I spray painted them. So I think they just look really pretty. Now I may put the mirrors back in. It was very simple to take apart. But what I did with one of them anyway, and I want to get out of the way a little bit, is there you go. If you can see that on the window there, I just hung it over. The window frame that I already had that was from an old farm, and all of the panels, the panes have fallen out over the years. So I just kind of put that on there. Uh, I zip tied a little basket on the shelf back there, and you know, I just think that now this has become even a lovelier, restful, and relaxing place to enjoy my coffee, uh, write some letters, chat, have a visitor or two. It is a small space, but again, you know, just an encouragement or a thought. Maybe you have a broken picture frame, you know, or a picture, or maybe your mirror broke. Don't throw that frame away. You can reuse them, you know, in many ways. And a spray paint is always just a great, you know, boost, making things look really good. So with this particular frame, now I may put the mirror back in and rehang it, but I have this spot here where I had those white clay, I call them sleeves, hanging with some Easter decorations, and I took those down. But I just love this rugged look of the brick, and I thought of, and I'm not sure, of hanging this here. And if I do put the mirror back in and hang this out here, I'm just a little concerned that I'll have to add some more privacy on my side here where my curtain panels are, because I think the reflection of the mirror would go over to my next door neighbors. It's a very close proximity, and I just want them not to feel that they don't have some privacy, or you know, or even you know what I would be looking at. But I'm thinking more than not to do something with this frame on this wall. So, you know, as always, to be continued. And I just really cherish my weekends when I get a little bit of free time to be creative. I'm still working full time, so you know, I get things done throughout the week, but you know, Saturdays are just, especially when the weather's nice, it's just a very enjoyable time for me to be at home and get to play. I call it playing. So I learned this trick. I learned this tip, and maybe you already do this and you know this, but these are dishwashing gloves, and you can get them for about $1 at any dollar store or Walmart. They might be a couple dollars more. But what I was told, I spoke with someone else who gardens, that she uses these in her garden and for her gardening. And she just, you know, told me all the, excuse me, the benefits of being able to wear them. You know, you have good traction and grip to pull up weeds. I don't use any chemicals in my yard. I do everything by hand. I get down on my hands and knees and yank and pull and dig. But she said that these are just great for doing that kind of gardening and the planting, and you can really, you know, get into your pots and really, you know, get those plants and flowers in or in the earth, you know, as you put your perennials in or your annuals. And you know, with any of the other gardening gloves, most of them are cloth, and so you're absorbing the moisture. And I just think, so I'm selling these gloves right now to you for about $1. And then she said she just washes her hands with them on like she would her hands, and they're good to go for your next gardening project. So again, a shout out, and if you already do this, then you're ahead of the game. I'm looking forward to using these for my upcoming yard work, which I'm going to be starting this afternoon. So these just couple of little ideas and things I wanted to share with you today. And it is just absolutely beautiful out here. I just can't, I can never say enough. I definitely love my weather, you know, all seasons. I love a ice cold day. I love a nice hot day. I love it all. I'm walking us down here to the end of the sidewalk, and I'll show you, you know, that I have gotten up my Easter decorations. I love some of these artificial flowers here in this little urn. and just to kind of add a little bit of color before my real colors start blooming. And my grass is very high and a lot of big tufts here. And I just want to let you know that if you do your own yard work or what, however it's done, if you have those big tufts, you know, I'm going to get down later on and go through them. One of my cats brought home a baby bunny the other morning, and I couldn't catch her fast enough to get it off of her. So, you know, just remember, if you are mowing the lawn or someone is, you know, be careful in those large tufts because there are rabbit nests, and I don't want to disturb. So if I find one, that grass won't get cut in that area until everybody's out of the nest. But you can see there's quite a lot going on here. Big tufts. One of my holly bushes here. And these are absolutely beautiful, these peonies. I got these for myself on a Mother's Day, and they are huge, just beautiful yellow peonies that will come up. Here's some pink that will be coming up. And then I've got my cone flowers in the back, which again, I've just got a lot of this weeding to do. I think this is called Creeping Charlie. I'm not sure, but it's highly invasive. And if this were a field, I would say absolutely I love it, but it will take over. It will definitely take over. So I'm not gonna have that. I just can't have that. So that'll be a big project too. Alrighty, well, if you can see my beautiful sky there, it is just glorious today. If you like my channel, like and subscribe, leave your comments. And again, I'm just so thrilled that I have 114 subscribers. It's been a fun journey. I hope you enjoy coming along with me and, you know, taking up your time to watch me do some of the things that I do and have, and some of the, you know, great things that we all can have in our lives. So I really don't have much else to say. I've got quite a bit of work to do. I'll get back about our DIY toilet repair, and somewhere along the line today I plan to be able to sit out and just enjoy my little porch. Oh, one last thing. I do have something else I wanted to share, and again, thanks. So one of my sons is in officer candidacy training right now, and I found this at the thrift store. You know, the parents' hands holding the baby and praying, and you know, you never see your children. I mean, you see them as the adults they are and their lives that they will lead, but you know, as a mother, they're always your baby. And I just saw this and I grabbed it last week, and I just love it because it just reminds me, you know, of him and all my children, and you know, a parent's prayers. So I think I'm going to put this out among some flowers in my yard, and just loved it. And yes, it's a thrift store find. It was about $1. And I'm just enjoying all the treasures that I think somewhere in my life I never would have looked at. I would have thought they were just, you know, klitsch or whatever all those terms are, you know, tacky and everything. And I've just come to embrace a lot of things because as we grow, our lives do have more depth and more understanding and more meaning. And this means a lot to me. So again, thanks for your time, and I will see you soon.